Thank you for taking a moment to watch our recommendations for your outdoor patio heating needs. My name is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Let's start. Today we have this residential patio. We have basically 3 different zones, but I probably would cut it into possibly 5 zones. We have this bar stool area here. We have this covered area here, and then this lattice covered area over here. So let's look at some dimensions that we have first of all. And this covered area is 27 by I believe 17, almost 18 feet deep. This area here, I'm not really concerned about the space here. We're just going to try to heat up this area here, but you can see that we have about 6 feet 6 inches to this deck up here. We have 7 feet 7 inches, and mentioned the 27 over here. We have 25 feet by 12 feet 12 and a half feet, we'll call it there. And so a couple of things that we want to concern ourselves with is some can lighting up here that we're going to be looking at. And this lattice over here, the structure, we want to kind of stay within the architecture's viewpoint, I should say. So let's just start over here real quick. Here, what I did is I blocked out one of these beams here so that the heater can fit inside. What I have is we need 6 inches of clearance between all sides as well as the top, and with this spacing that we have here, we're not going to achieve that. So what I did is took a piece of unistrut, something that is strong enough to support an 18-pound heater, and mounted the heater to that strut so that our finished height would be equal with the finished height of the bottom of the beam here, and that way we can get a nice kind of a flush look. Now this is only doable when we have beams like this. We can't put this next to a wall. We need 18 inches from the side according to the manufacturer, but when it's inside of an area like this and there's no wall going vertically next to it, then we can go ahead with the 6 inches of clearance. So let's go ahead and just look at the ray that we'll get off of that. So here you see these are 4,000 watt single elements. They're slim lines. We get a nice coverage throughout this whole space. On this side here, you see we get almost that full coverage from front to back. We're missing about almost, I think it's a 1.5 feet here, and then maybe a 1/2 foot in the back. So that's a really nice coverage. Now, these heaters are probably a little bit more overlap than I like, but if I deleted one, then we wouldn't get the full coverage for the whole space. Also, I would consider that maybe they could have a table here or something of that nature. So you might want to zone it so that these two here are on one zone, and then these two on the outside are on a separate zone, so that when you have a bigger party that you can utilize the whole entire area. So that's that space here. Under this this rooftop here, we have, as you can see, 6 units. Again, probably 6 units would be a little bit overkill, and these are again 4,000 watt units, but without the 6 units I'm not going to reach the whole depth of this area here. So you see I have about 3 feet of overlap, and over here I don't have any overlap whatsoever. So let me just go on these dimensions, back to these dimensions real quick. I had that for you. So you can see that from this inside edge of this beam right here, I have roughly 3 feet 9 inches to the center. These are flush mount, again 4,000 W series heaters, and from that heater to the next heater is approximately 7 feet from center to center, and then these are equally spaced about 7 feet each apart from each other. And yeah, I would like to have this overlap just a little bit more, but with the lighting here, I think I'm restricted. And another thing that we want to look at is, I mentioned that 18 inches. I'm not sure if this wall is exactly where I have it, but if it is, we want to consider either deleting this particular unit or possibly putting in a shorter one so that it lined up with let me get back over here, sorry. So that it lined up with this edge, but didn't go the full depth up to this wall here. So that would be this area here. 6 of the 4,000 watt units with flush mount kits. So in the flush mount kits, sorry about that speed there, but you have the inside edge. You will have boxes built up. There's instructions from the manufacturer that you want to look at. A couple of videos back I have also kind of a little bit more in-depth definition of that. Now, bar stool seating height, that's another concern. So as you can see here, we have higher seating, and with that, you know, we're much closer to this heat ray itself. So infrared is a light wave. Light waves travel through space. It's just like a regular wave of light that you get from a light bulb, only this has got an infrared value, so it actually penetrates mass, your human body, the chairs, tables, floors, that type of thing. So with the intensity up here, you'd probably want to go with a 3,000 watt. You could go with a 4,000 watt, but you definitely would want to control this space. And let me just go back to control the space. Is this you could put on possibly, you know, 2, maybe, you know, 3 different zones. You can do the 3 front, 3 back on one, or you can do these two, and these 2 here for zoning purposes. But again, this, I just have this centered kind of over the top of the seating area. If you needed to heat up this, I'm going to call this a cooktop counter area here. So if you wanted to heat up this space here, you would just take another heater and place it over here. So there you go. I think that covers up pretty much all of this application. You can see there's some pretty big blank spots over here, but I don't think that's something that we want to consider. Also, we have this rooftop that kind of comes over about 3 feet, I believe, and we want to be concerned with the appearance of that and how that works out. So there you have it. If you have any questions, or if you need something added to this, please give us a call. Thank you again for watching, and if you're looking for assistance with your patio heating project and need some visual aid to determine the best situation for you, whether it's shopping a mall, a hotel, a restaurant, your private residence, we can help you. In most cases, we just need some basic information, and all we ask is that you consider purchasing a product from us. No other strings attached. I'm Steve Walton. Have a great day.